Hi, welcome to the show GEAY, a podcast called GEAY where the host is gay but the topic doesn't have to be.
Very true.
How dare you?
Keep going.
I'm
We're going
Simon,
strong.
and this week I'm joined by...
Austin.
And Kameron.
And I'm wearing shorts for the first time this year because it's 60 degrees outside.
It's
and
brave of you.
It wasn't close enough to be 69, which I'm upset about, but...
That is upsetting, but this is not. And I'm just so happy that
It's a little upsetting to me, though.
Well, it's just because they're pale right now, but
Well,
you know,
right
eventually
now-
they'll be
right now?
pale more.
More, yeah, more
Pale
pale.
more.
Pale more.
Pale
Paramore.
Palemore is my favorite middle school band to listen to.
You know, I'm excited to not be sad anymore. You know,
Oh.
shorts are nice, but vitamin D is better.
That's
Yeah.
true. There's different kinds of D that are good, too. But...
With the sun out for the majority of the time, it'll be really helpful for my depression. And
It won't help me. Quite none.
No,
tell you that
nothing
much.
really can.
No.
Science has, brought in the results, sadly. And it's no amount of vitamin D will help.
It's no use. Shadow the Hedgehog came in as my doctor and told me it's no use, and then
like the live action version where they got
no, not the live
beefy
action,
legs and
not the
stuff?
live action. Like my doctor printed off a sheet of like clip art of Shadow the Hedgehog and like very poorly
And then he
trying
put his
to
dick through
like
it.
close. That was the third visit. But he like those dress up games where you can like like drag and drop. It was like off put, so like his arm was like out of the sleeve, so it was weird. But he was just like, it's no use, and then he left the room. And
How old are you? When
that's the problem with healthcare.
Right.
Austin,
this is why
take
I'm
it away.
this is why I'm voting Bernie.
Yeah.
How old are you when you did this?
Oh
Just like last week or
This was, what day is it today?
Tuesday?
3 hours ago.
What day is it? 3 hours ago. When you were cleaning out your car?
When I was lobotomizing myself. I didn't clean up my car yet.
We've been here for 3 hours.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
right.
God.
We haven't been wasting
He's
time.
been trying to figure things out. Why don't we talk about that? Let's talk about boring
Yeah,
things. Tell me
I mean,
why
we
you
kinda
don't
talked about
know.
it.
Hang on. Let's bring it back. Let's talk about it. How come you don't know how to work things, Simon?
What's your degree in?
Uh,
Isn't it digital media science or something?
it's not that professional. It's, creative media is the
we
official
know
term.
you're not professional. But not right now. Listen, see, he's
Yeah,
opening
right?
shit up.
Horrible for the audio listeners.
That was
we
a
have
that was a
none.
bit that we did in RTX, and now it's dead.
And now
That
it's
was
dead.
last year,
And
that was
it's
so
honestly embarrassing that I'm still opening
2018.
cans at this point in my life.
well.
What?
No, but so
Popping.
I know things, and I know a lot of things about troubleshooting. Our
Donald Trump.
I know several words.
so many things.
And sometimes I just get a little burnt out, and I just don't want to. I just get fed up, and I'm just like, it doesn't work. I'm just gonna do it the old way. And
See, that's a very defeatist attitude, and I appreciate that you can admit that about yourself, because the first step to any problem is admitting that you have one.
yeah,
So you need to fix that, because if you want to get to that professional grade,
is it weird that I'm not wearing shoes?
no, but you better start putting my bits in. Put it lower thirds. I'm gonna keep doing shit like
do you
that
want to edit it?
until you actually do one. I said I'll try. It's not gonna be
You
good.
can edit this one if you
I
want.
could- oh fuck, you won't.
I
be
mean,
out
you have a
on
video
time.
due this week. So.
I do. Well, listen. If you put me on charge of that,
That won't count.
I'd have. Well, no, it wouldn't count. But maybe it'll be like, well, I have to get this done and then this. But I've got the other shit. There's more stuff coming up next. Coming up next on Disney Channel.
Yeah, what you guys got on the preview? The back burner.
Well, we've got 2 more episodes done for TJ and I. We have 2 more episodes for Star Wars.
Nice.
We were going to get together today, but that didn't work out.
I'm going to
because we
his
didn't
right after
play.
this.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I guess you have stuff to do.
Yeah, we never made any definitive things since we talked on like Saturday night or something else. But I've got those 2. I'm recording in the process of trying to record again for Shovel Knight, so I can continue that.
Uh-huh.
And then I've got, of course, the review that I want to do, and then a couple of other miscellaneous projects that I thought about, like that unboxing series.
Oh yeah. Well, I like it. What about you?
I
I like the theme of like Mario games.
So I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I'm thinking Princess Maker.
Princess Maker?
Princess Maker.
Is that what it is?
So it sounds like it would be a Flash game you might find on Newgrounds.com if it still exists.
Still does, I remember.
Or blacksheep.com, whatever it is.
It's a good song.
Mini clips.
And it's not. It's a legitimate game that's like probably at least 20 hours of content.
Oh.
And
God.
you get a princess. She's 10 years old, and you're like this. In one of the games, at least. Right. She's 10 years old. You get her from the heavens, and they're like, hey, we need a test to see if humanity's like worth it or not. So here's a child of the heavens, and raise her to be good, and if not, well, don't do that. And you can make her into a whore pretty easily. You can make her into...
I was like, there's no way he's saying whore.
No, whore.
Like, why would she be a horse?
But like... Well, like, it's profession. Like, it's a profession.
Okay.
Like, it ends with her being 18, and then she, like, picks a career.
Nice.
And she can be anything from a queen.
Is it one of those visual story games?
It's, well, kinda, but, like, it's not, like, binary 3 choices. Like, you have to, like, you basically make her schedule, and she learns how to be a person.
Nice.
But she, like a person, gets stressed
Oh.
by too many hard things to do. And so you have to make sure that she's not a
When
brat.
did this come out?
1995.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. There's a lot of things that like go under the radar that have like really neat concepts.
It's so
with that,
fully
but-
fleshed out too. Like
Holy
it's
shit.
fully it's made by the same people that made like Evangelion, Gainax, like all of the companies that made a ton of anime, tons of games. Like it's a very well known game. It just never got in
Wow.
official release in America.
Oh, okay.
And so it's fully translated for some of the versions of it, but it's really good, and there's just a lot, like, it's something that has a lot of potential to be even more than it is, but it itself, as it is still very, very good. The music is very iconic, and I love it.
Nice.
But in terms of that, I also would like to do more reviews as well, but I'm not quite sure what I should
Book
do.
reviews.
What reviews? Or book reviews?
Book reviews.
Book reviews. Okay, yeah, no, maybe
You
I'll
think
just...
I'm literate?
I don't think you are. I think he is.
You don't think I'm literate? Mm-hmm. Okay. To prove that, I'll start with the very basics, and maybe I can review some children's books.
We should review the Odyssey.
You should do.
Work my way up.
Yeah.
You should. Have you seen those like adult children's books, like Amanda's Beaver or something else like that?
Yeah, why does mommy moan?
Yeah, like just all those fucking. That shit's so funny. You could just like do like a series reading to those. You just
Okay.
get a bunch.
I think that's like illegal. Like to like read in full somebody else's work and post it on the internet for free. Because like
You'd have to do it through like a library.
I don't think you can make money off of it.
but that's not really how YouTube you don't even have to be making money to get copyright strikes.
Well,
Clearly.
I mean, they're good to check us before we wreck ourselves, but
Right.
well, we don't have to do it all in one. We could do it part by part.
But the issue becomes like, why would they
They
buy?
can't
why,
copy
why then
strike
buy?
all the
Why then buy?
videos.
Yeah. Right. Why then buy the book if you can just listen to the full reading for free online?
for the sexual thrill of ownership.
Well, if there's a full version for free online,
And that's
what's
where the
to
legal
say
battle comes
that
in.
we can't do that? Or you're
Is there?
saying that we are the full?
We would
free
be
version?
the free version, because
There are people that torrent shit all the time. It's going to be
Yeah,
inescapable.
but-
Listen,
no.
I can win in court.
oh,
I'll run out the goddamn door. No, it's
One time I torrented
you
Princess
just insult
Maker.
the judge until you win.
just like pussy.
One time I torrented Princess Maker, which torrenting isn't illegal because it's just a means to download something. It's just usually done for illegal things. But Princess Maker is a freeware now because of the age, and my university shut me down. Like, they canceled my internet because I torrented Princess Maker, and they saw that and were like, oh, no.
That's where they draw the line.
Yeah, Princess Maker. Good, that's where all our money needs to go.
What kind of shit is Princess Maker?
Clearly-
Bringing little girls from overseas?
Do you think we can make money if we started uploading our videos to Pornhub?
Maybe.
No.
Because like
No.
there's no restrictions to where it has to be porn, so we could just get like the AdSense from like porn ads.
But I don't think you really get that unless they sponsor you.
Oh.
Like, there's some more hoops, because I've seen some low grade things on there that certainly aren't getting paid. You know.
They have
That's
ads on
unfortunate.
all their videos, I've heard.
Well, that's.
I try to keep
in
it
the
straight
grapevine.
face. It's like I've heard.
I've never personally visited.
They do, though, and
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
uncomfortable to watch because, like,
Well,
I don't
now
know.
they've got some weird music thing on
Yeah.
it. Like recently. I go to the website. Listen, I'm
Wow.
lonely. Anyways, there's
confessions
like
of a
some
teenage mind.
fucking
Are you 20?
He's 22.
22.
Okay. Well,
I'm older than he is.
Yeah, I'm the youngest one.
Yeah, it still amazes me how old I am sometimes. But it's like a album ad or something else like that. I don't know. It's like a
Interesting.
song,
That's
but
smart,
but I think
not
it's a
gonna lie.
Pornhub like artist, which I'm like, what? I don't know. Unless there's like some weird moanings in the middle, but it's a decent song from what
So
I've
no
heard.
to porno.
So,
Yeah, I like the spirit, but
but you porn, that's the destination.
I don't like that
Red
spirit.
Tube,
Worse.
X videos.
Bad.
We're gonna go to a commercial.
Oh my god.
You better put a fucking commercial up.
Oh, man.
That's good. And do that what that one top 10 guy does, where he has like 5 commercials per episode, and it's only like 5 minutes long.
I'm not gonna say it's pretty bad, but it's pretty bad.
That
Isn't
guy?
what he said?
Yeah.
It's smart.
Well, I mean, we can't.
Just frame this as a top 10 video. Like, that's all you have to do.
Yeah.
And then like at this point, like, okay, so like my top 10
Fish to fry.
The reason we can't is we can't monetize yet until we have 1,000 subscribers.
So like let's be preemptive. Let's be proactive. And if proactive you want to sponsor us, that's great.
I was gonna say.
It's a wonderful idea. So my top 10 proactive things. I love the proactive face wash.
Our ploy to get Dollar Shave Club to sponsor us for the ASMR video didn't work. They didn't even respond to anything that we tweeted. So
Oh, wow, that's pretty
whatever.
Yeah, because you used a fucking USB mic to do it.
And it sounded great. So get out.
sad. You guys, well, what you should have done is you should have appealed to the Alopecia Society of America.
Uh huh.
Do you know what that is?
No.
So
you
it's-
don't have hair.
Yeah, that's the condition where you're bald. Like,
Wouldn't they be offended though, since we have hair?
no, because we're
What the
shaming.
fuck is wrong with you?
We're-
Now they are. 'Cause
We're
you don't
shaving
know
our
about
head
them.
in solidarity of the alopecia.
But it's just like half of it, so it's like half-hearted, you know.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
a
they can't
backhanded
expect us to
compliment.
really go all in.
Right.
Like what? I'm supposed to break both my legs to show my solidarity towards paraplegic individuals? No.
Yeah,
I understand.
I could be an uniplegic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That means
Alright.
we cut off one leg and then break the other.
Right.
So
So
only has-
we just reach out to the wrong organization.
Yeah,
Right.
For
you just
money.
gotta
Again,
hit the
good
reverse
spirit,
card.
but bad
Drop
execution.
forward.
Anybody watching this wants to give us money. Money, please.
Listen, I'm not begging for it like him.
I've done a lot more for a lot less.
Exactly. And frankly,
$20
It
and
needs to
Frank,
stop.
really?
have you ever listened to the Neutral Milk Hotel album about Anne Frank?
The what?
Neutral Milk Hotel?
Neutral Milk Hotel.
Yeah.
I
Sounds
want to
like
make
a-
sure I was getting that right. So, but also no.
All right.
Is it historically accurate?
Um,
Is that about
Did they
So it's
also
not- it's
think
not
that
about-
she would
it's
have
not-
been a
no.
believer?
it is about not masturbation, but about, exploring
Your body
and like your relationship with
with your
other-
body.
like her cousin?
Right. So like
Oh.
there's a lyric in like the opening song that's like as we laid and learned what each other's bodies were for.
Ooh,
Sorry, is this an album?
It's an album, a musical album about Anne Frank.
like a musical,
It came out in like
Broadway
1997
musical,
or something.
I'd love to see a Broadway musical about Anne Frank.
I
I
don't
feel
know.
we're to the point where we can do that.
I'm sure there is one.
No, I don't know about a Broadway musical. Certainly a musical.
Off-Broadway musical.
An off-Broadway musical, almost guaranteed.
A high school production, perhaps.
I don't think a
Student
high
ran.
school would do that. Yeah, student ran. Oh
What
no!
the fuck is that? Is that a home phone?
I'm trying to make this
Simon,
bit.
don't. It's not a bit. We all know.
I'm Gen Z. I've never
We've
heard of a home phone before.
We've seen movies.
I mean, should I get up and turn it off? I'm kind of tethered.
I cannot stand people who are our age and will complain about like that and be like, I'm just a millennial. And like, we are not millennials anymore.
Yeah.
We're Gen Z. That's just the truth.
I really don't want to accept that because,
You want to feel like you're part of the propaganda.
right.
Yeah, there's a movement of
But also, like,
millennialisms.
I don't know. Well, I don't know because I feel like Gen Z is more respected as people.
No, they're just not. They're
they
not
ate
targeted
Tide
yet.
Pods.
It's
Yeah.
true. They eat the Tide Pods.
And like, they're just nihilistic, but to a positive degree. Like, they just don't think anything matters, which is fine and fun and flirty, and that's why we have Vine. But you know, millennials are just really oppressed, and I feel for them. And it's not in a way
Yeah.
that we're so separate, but it's just like, I'm gonna be annoyed when people want to just be a part of it to be oppressed.
Right.
And it's just like, we don't need to do this bit. Like a bit can be tired and we can just set it aside. And remember it as a fond, good bit, but,
Mm-hmm.
beating the dead
No need
horse.
to have the nostalgia for it. No.
No. And then also, like, I don't know, man. Like, for even me to say like, oh, remember Nintendo 64?
It was my first
Like,
console.
yeah, I mean it is, but like we missed like we like we weren't there for its incarnation. We were like,
Right. It didn't come out while we were children.
right, we still had it when we
We
were
grew
children.
up. We grew up because like.
When did N64 come out?
It was like 98, 97.
So you
So
were like.
yeah, I got it. I probably got it when the tail end.
Yeah,
of it, yeah.
So like when I was conscious, we had a 64 and I was playing it, but we also had a Super Nintendo and a Nintendo. I didn't like.
I mean, I remember PlayStation 2
The first
coming out,
console
though.
that was bought brand new for me was the Wii.
That's really upsetting.
Yeah, I mean, I had a Sega Genesis before that. I had a Game Boy Color. My older brother had a
You ever had a PlayStation 2 or anything else?
Nope.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I had to borrow a friend's PlayStation 2 to play Kingdom Hearts.
Even sadder.
My cousins had stuff, and I would play stuff at their house. The first brand new, and it had just came out, was the Wii.
What was the selling point? Was it Rabbids?
Wii Sports.
Yeah. I
It
mean,
was Matt on Wii Sports.
the motion graphics were like brand new technology at the time, and
I don't know about you guys. When I first got the Wii, I really wasn't even excited for that, and then I got it, and I was like, this doesn't work. Like I was like, why would this is again like the spirit, but we're
right, it's shoddy. You have
It's
to be like-
shoddy. I feel like we didn't play test this.
yeah.
And then it was awkward because for like 4 years there was a competition between Sony and them to like the Kinect. It's like the Kinect also sucked a lot,
Yeah.
and everything about it, like especially the Star Wars one, where they remixed the songs of like YMCA, but to in the Empire
Yeah,
today,
yeah.
and
Oh my God.
instead of like flying solo, it's I'm
Han Solo. That was so good.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And that was because we had to see who was the best at motion controls, and the answers were all terrible, and we've all shunned the face of
Oculus
God.
Rift came
And
out.
they've given up and moved on to VR.
It's which they should have. It's
Yeah.
good. The Oculus Rift is phenomenal, and I have nothing but positive things to say about it. So, and I love it because it makes really complex games, but like it in a good way. Like I'm frustrated because like I'm actually in a ship, and I don't know how to pilot a ship, and I really need to figure out how to pilot the ship.
Have you played Sea of Thieves?
No.
So it's like a multiplayer pirate game.
I heard
where,
it was bad.
So there's not a lot to do. It's very
Okay.
bare bones of a video game. But there's a clip of these two people who are playing online together, and they're one's the captain, one's like the crew member
Yeah.
on their ship, and they're out on the high seas. And if you encounter somebody, it's not gonna be friendly. People want other people's
Okay.
stuff
Oh,
all
yeah.
the time.
Piracy.
And the captain's just driving the ship.
Driving. Let me drive the boat.
Right. He's pilot. What the captaining the ship? Steering
Helmsman.
the
Steering.
hub.
Yeah.
Don't
At
say
the helm of the ship.
Um,
Sailing the ship.
and like they're in character, which is what is so fun.
Oh
about
yeah,
it,
you
is that
if you're
the-
in a
the
pirate
guy's
game
like,
and you're not in character, what are you
Captain,
doing?
look, and there's a ship coming at him, and they're like, oh fuck.
Yeah. See, I want to play that game with friends just because I know playing it with people is what it's meant to do. If you do it by yourself, and I don't know, it's probably not that fun.
Sort of like driving.
I think it's bare bones because they want you to like play with friends and have like that. This is a silly game experience. I think
Sure.
that's definitely what they wanted it to be, and that's what I'm hoping it is.
But when it's not a passion
But-
project, why put in any more effort than you need to?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. I feel like there might be some sort of showmanship issues.
I
with
feel like
that,
it's a VR game. That's why. I
Oh, that's
brought it
even
up.
better.
Sea of Thieves.
Yeah. Or the clip that I saw, it looked like VR because like the way that the camera was moving looked like it was a head.
No, it's you're first person in it though.
But it didn't look like it was like
Oh, I see.
turning with a mouse. It looked like a headset looking around.
It was probably modded to be VR then.
It might have been.
It could. Well, I think the game might have VR. Yeah.
Did you know that you can mod like Skyrim and the Fallout games to be VR?
Really.
Oh, wow.
And some of them have like VR capabilities like built in, but it's just like so scary.
Really?
Yeah, because like you're just like first of all the motion's like you know, and so it's like if you ever wanted to be like first person in a wasteland, apparently it's not as great.
As you think it would be.
Right. The it's very good to have a couple degrees of separation.
Yeah.
Between you and the Mojave Desert, regardless of the radiation content.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently. And I could speak like I was in a car. I wish I was further away when I was in the Mojave Desert. But I do like playing Fallout New Vegas and going to the Hoover Dam since we were there. It's just as vague or vacant and upsetting to
And
me.
yeah, it's just, that's not eventful. And
It's also not operational,
yeah.
just like in the game.
Do you guys play Apex Legends at all?
Do you play Apex Legends?
Jump off, like, where are your
No.
wings at? Anyway, I think that game has brought back a sense of like, you know, friendly online
Civility.
or just like cooperation.
Okay.
Like since the game is only multiplayer, like there's no single player version.
Yay.
As
In the sense
most
that's like
games
you're
kind
on a
of be.
squad with teammates.
Yeah.
There's no like single.
So there's
Battle
no single
Royale.
battle
There's-
royale.
there's a
Oh
single.
shit! Okay.
So like if you want to play and you don't have friends, you have to match with people online. And I feel like it's brought back a sense of people like interacting online in video games. Like I feel like that was absent from
especially in Call of Duty where it's 6 lone wolves on the team.
right. Like people have to talk to each other. If
In
you want to be
Battlefield,
successful in the game.
that's why I like
Is everyone
Battlefield
Knuckles?
over that, because when me and my friends
Not
got
quite.
online, we would definitely play together, because I was just like, yeah, we watched, well, because we were kids and we loved toy guns and pretending to be like a part of an army squad. So playing Battlefield, we definitely get to live that out a little bit more. And the more you play tactically in a squad, the better you'll do, unless of course you're super skilled and know different like quick tips and tricks to kind of be better. Like they had the bunny hopping shit, and then of course they did get pay to play at some point in time because there were certain snipers, and of course there's the guys that always went up to the top of the mountain and shit. But I always thought that the team play that they presented in Battlefield was why I preferred it over other games, and definitely people like the fast-paced version of Call of Duty because they can do their own thing and they don't necessarily have to think about it. Which, if you don't have to think about things, you definitely don't think about anybody else, and it's super easy to call them the F word or the N word.
Right.
I've only ever experienced genuine teamwork on a game when I played Diablo 2 when I was 6 years old, and I was propositioned for sex. And then I was like, I don't know what that means because I was 6 years old. And they're like, oh, okay. And then we played the game and we beat the whole thing and then like beat it on every difficulty in that one setting.
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
6 years old. This guy, I was gauged about probably 12
Wow.
in hindsight because of the sexual content
Yeah.
and the quality of the graphics.
Damn.
Damn. Yeah. So I learned a lot that day about, honor, sexual interaction, healthy human sexuality, and the power of teamwork and commitment and forgiveness. Yeah.
I
That's
heard
good.
Diablo 2 is the best Diablo they've made.
Is it because you've heard in the distance
What?
someone complaining about it and it was me? Because it is. It's by far the best, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, Diablo 3.
No, well, just in any comparison, like people thought Diablo 3 was fun, but they're just like, oh, it just doesn't compare to Diablo 2.
No, absolutely not. Diablo 2 is unsurmountably better than all of the other ones.
You don't like the Diablo mobile game?
You want to
they
repeat
released?
that? Diablo?
Double.
So Simon can't speak. He's actually got
I'm actually
stage 4.
having a brain aneurysm in this moment.
Yeah, I can
Good
tell
commitment.
you still didn't say aneurysm right. Usually I fumble my words. I'm so glad it's somebody else this time.
That was apparently also one of the symptoms of narcolepsy on that. quiz
Uh-oh.
I gave. And I was like, no, I just
Don't
be
fall
like,
asleep.
but I mean, every day, like, right? Like, I just feel like that's just more evidence of me having other issues, not narcolepsy. Just
Yeah.
forget.
To fill
Did
in
you
what
ask
he's
about that, or
talking
did
about.
somebody,
No.
or did the doctor be like,
That was legitimate, like, one of the questions on their surveys that they had to go down the list of. Like, do you get so emotional about something that you just can't speak? And I was like, I don't think in a medically significant way, but
yeah?
I mean,
Yeah.
my life be like,
Ooh, you know.
right, it's like that, yeah. Like, and, go to church and read my Bible.
read the Bible.
It's good. I don't know, it's good. Diablo 2, I recommend everyone play it. It's very cheap. It's only $20.
Oh shit.
And
Do you have to play it with multiple people?
no, you can
So-
play it by yourself.
Is it better with other people?
Yes, the game gets more difficult. They have a difficulty scaling to it, and then
Oh yeah.
some components are like only really useful with group people, but you can still play by yourself. And it's also one of the only games I've ever played that's actually replayable to like an infinite capacity.
Oh,
Like
nice.
I've been playing since I was 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's that good. It's like that.
And now we're 26, 24, 23.
There you go.
There we go.
How old do you think I am? I mean,
I want it to be like a nice, jump.
Yeah, you took
6
a
to
pretty
26.
you took a pretty decent leap there.
13
bud.
going on 30. You know.
We don't.
Yeah, we all saw that movie.
like 17 years.
17
Zac
again.
Efron.
Yeah, 17 again.
Again.
Is that what you're talking about?
No.
Okay.
Very close.
Sorry, I fell
close,
asleep.
very
It's
close
the same
in
energy.
concept. Yeah, it's just the reverse version.
Just like that movie Little, which is the black version of Big. Have you seen
Big,
commercials
featuring
for that?
Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Large man.
There's a movie called Little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like with the really like funny black people, and I don't know how to digest it
The
because they're
Wayans brothers?
no. Well, actually, they might be
Kevin
the
Hart?
authors, but okay, I'm gonna just let you stop there.
What'd you say?
Kevin Hart.
First of all, we said funny.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm only taking legitimate.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's weird though because there's this one scene in the trailer, so I assume it's a big part of the movie, or like it's like one of the big goofs in the movie. And when she's a child, she's like, "I'm gonna beat your ass," and they have a fight in the parking lot. So it's this adult woman fighting this kid, who obviously we know to be an adult woman in a kid's body.
Mhm.
But then the security guard like phones somebody, and be like, "Oh, it's fine," because it's a black mama beating a child, and I'm like, is this where I'm supposed to laugh? Because I'm just like, I don't think that's like, I get that that's like a cultural ism that I'm not privy to, but I think that is a really good example of why cultural relativism isn't real and good.
Uh-huh.
So that's my only questionable part of it. Otherwise, there were some real good goofs in that movie, and it's the same girl that has a legitimate thing I unfortunately haven't seen, but she did Awkward Black Girl in this like YouTube series. So funny. And then it's the black girl from the Scary Movie series, who's like the funniest one
Oh
on the
my
planet.
god, she's funny.
I know. So it's real good.
All
But
right.
yeah, I highly recommend it. Go see it.
That's great.
And then
You're gonna
Us.
see Us.
Yeah, I actually really don't know anything about it.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's my favorite way to watch movies.
That's how I want to do it with this one too, because I still actually
I
haven't.
found out about Bernie.
Bernie Burns.
Better fucking stop that shit.
I wore my Bernie Burns hat to a Bernie rally.
I
and-
saw, yeah.
It wasn't funny.
Everybody laughed at it.
No, yeah, I did that specifically to make that tweet.
You were the talk
and then
of the town.
I just looked foolish because
Yeah.
everybody there sort of like looked at me weird
That's an
because it
old
looked like a MAGA hat too because it was red and I was like, oh god, I should not be doing this.
Yeah.
Inflammatory.
In retrospect.
Yeah, somebody saw me from the back, they could like,
Yeah. Punch a Nazi.
punch a Nazi.
What is there to do in Austin, Texas this year?
Oh, so much. We haven't.
Oh
I've
my
never
God.
floated on the fucking river and I want to.
Oh yeah, we should try and do that. Well, let's talk about it. Let's bring it back. Talk about it again and not
want
do it.
to. The only reason we don't is because to rent out like those inner tubes, it's like $30 a person.
Well, that's why we say.
But
There's another version of it that's like a much cheaper though.
well, I also think you can just jump in the river on your own.
I'm not gonna do that. There's bats in there.
Bats, sea bats.
Bat shit everywhere.
Yeah, the guano.
We bring our own inner tubes.
I can be there the full time since I don't. I'm not in.
Brendan might come. He won't be able to stay the full time, but he might come.
Is he gonna be there just for like the event?
Probably just for the event.
That's what I was gonna try and negotiate if I did get into Beauty and the Beast, but that didn't happen. So.
Wow. I guess you gotta pick Beast. Who'd you audition for?
Beast, Gaston, and Lumiere.
That's funny.
Well, I want to know your thoughts about that then.
I mean, good luck.
I mean, it's
Oh no, yeah, I didn't get in.
Oh, you didn't?
No,
Oh,
no,
well,
it's already passed.
I'm
that.
sorry. Like, I had no idea. I thought you were still waiting. Like, if I get a role, whatever, that sucks. Where is it at?
I think you
Pinewood
could-
Bowl.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Like I heard mixed reviews about them, but I heard even worse things about Star. But
Oh, yes.
yeah,
But in which case, if any of you would like a sponsorship, we love to support local talent.
yeah.
That's all we're about,
Yeah.
supporting local talent. I really, speaking of bats, though, I brought it up because I want to see the bats because of that. You know what I'm talking about? The bridge
yeah, I
bats.
forget. I saw that the first year that I went.
Yeah.
I wish you two both weren't there for it. And
Was
yeah.
it worth it?
Yeah, I bet it wasn't worth it to want to do it again because
Well-
you got to stand on the bridge with like 100 people. And
They also want to see the bats.
Right. Yeah.
I have a friend, Emily Huckabee, who was swarmed by bats for free, I might add.
Holy shit!
And
And
she-
she turned into.
She didn't have to go all the way to freaking Austin, Texas. She just went to the Henry Dorley Zoo,
Yeah.
and they
Did
swarmed
they get
her.
out?
Well, no, so it's open season,
Oh,
Right,
yeah,
'cause
that's
they're
right.
in the Amazon. rainforest.
Horrifying.
Or, I mean, you just hear from afar her screams. Right, and well, it's also like,
Yeah.
like they hit, like, and they bite and they have rabies.
Yeah.
So-
Well, I don't know about I feel
don't
like
know
they
if they
wouldn't
bite.
at the zoo. They wouldn't let Ray be
Rabid
infested.
bats.
Rabid bats.
You only need one.
It's true. Get
That's
under the radar.
That's how they get you.
I went there recently with my nephew, who's a big fan of Batman, and that was his favorite part, just running around with all the bats.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was gonna say, like, did she? Her parents die after that or something? And then like,
Or just before that.
yeah, just before,
Well,
just
no,
before that. No, but no, he would have had the bat thing before that, and because he's such a pussy, and saw the bats and got triggered, he killed his parents.
I
Did
don't
Emily
think
Hutchins
it's
kill her
his
parents?
fault.
That's the question.
It's Bruce Wayne's fault.
were bats ever part of his backstory?
Yeah.
That's his fear. He's
yes,
afraid of bats.
yes,
Oh,
that started. Oh
I
shit.
didn't know that.
God.
Is that
Somebody's-
Joey?
Oh god,
No, somebody's outside.
someone's looking in.
Is it Tad?
I don't know.
That's just a guy looking in.
Is it Cole?
It's my dad. My dad's home.
Oh, is it? Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Okay.
Oh, that's scary. Like just.
I think he's like trying to decide whether or not to come
Oh,
in
that's
in
so
case we're
funny.
recording. I
Yeah.
think he decided against it.
What time are we at?
We're at just past 30 minutes.
Okay,
but we fucked around at the beginning for a little bit.
yeah, well, we can go around for a little bit. I was just like, well, we could let him in. Let your dad inside.
I'm sure he'll go through the garage.
Let your dad in. Let him in.
When are you gonna
Give
do
him
it,
a
Simon?
drink of water.
What am I,
When are you gonna let your dad in?
when the phone stops ringing?
Wow.
It's been ringing the
that-
entire time.
That's
Up
profound.
here.
yeah. Oh wow.
I found a rapper who's not really a rapper anymore. He's in jail now, but
By
he's like
chance.
schizophrenic.
Oh, Takeshi. Oh.
No, YNW Melly. That song that you helped me sing. Like when
Yeah,
you
he's
got
not a
him.
good rapper. I'll tell you that much.
So that one song, I like that song. It's a good song. But all his other stuff is bad.
It is. Listen, if you hear that one emotional part, and he's like, hang on, let me look up the lyrics.
Basically,
real
the
quick.
song's called "Murder on My Mind," and it's about him reflecting on the trauma that he felt after murdering his childhood friend when they were 10 years old. Because he grew up he found his first gun when he was 9 years old, and he kept it on him. And his friend caught him by surprise, and
Bang bang.
bang bang.
Yep.
Um,
He shot him twice. Yep.
and he's since then he's like shot up at a school. He's murdered two of his best friends allegedly.
Yeah, and so he's in jail now because
Right,
like that.
because
there's
he's a horrible person, but he's
Yeah.
also schizophrenic and has multiple personality disorder.
Yeah, there's memes about it.
Yeah. Like
so-
if you had seen, if I've watched like interviews of him, and he's like very clearly not mentally sane.
So like my question is that like at some point with someone being a really bad person, I feel like I can't enjoy their art anymore. And
I think
Really?
that's the only reason this song is enjoyable is because
I think there are
only a
certain
bad
cases-
person can make a song like this.
okay.
I think there's certain cases where you can kind of do that and separate. I mean, I don't know if is it bad to separate the person.
Yes.
I mean,
no. Yes.
Well, because you can still identify them as that, but like if I went and watched fucking Baby Driver again, Kevin Spacey, like
well, that okay. So here's the deal.
Movies
Or-
are different because it's
Well, not just that, but like
Okay.
that's a contemporary piece.
Okay.
So Kevin Spacey still makes money if you give him money, is what I mean to
Yes.
say. And so, like for example, if I listen to even like I don't know something that is so completely separated from any sort of financial institution, then I suppose it doesn't matter to that person. Like so, if I go to the Sistine Chapel, I look at Michelangelo's artwork, nobody benefits. Michelangelo's dead, etc., etc. But you know, with the Kevin Spacey case, like he still profits, which is bad. And murder guy, I don't know, he probably gets money in jail for
I'm
it.
sure he's
I
not in
think
jail.
you
I mean,
can
he's
you can't make your money in jail or whatever, can you?
Yeah.
You can? Oh. Well, anyways, back to his lyrics. If you want to think he's a good rapper, let's take a look at this. There's a middle part where he basically tells a story. It's yellow tape around his body. It's a fucking homicide. His face is on a t-shirt and his family's traumatized. I didn't even mean to shoot him. He just caught me by surprise. I reloaded my pistol, cocked it back, and shot him twice. His body dropped down to the floor and he had teardrops in his eyes. He grabbed me by my hands and said he was afraid to die. I told him, it's too late, my friend. It's time to say goodbye, and he died inside my arms. Blood all on my shirt. That's the fucking, like, you're gonna end it on blood all on my shirt, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
I think that's not. Obviously, it's not traditionally how you would end
Well,
a verse like
it's like
that.
a-
Well, you
it's
could have
time
said
out.
blood
Right.
on my hands or something, but just blood all on my shirt. Like, it doesn't flow. It doesn't add any, like, that whole part definitely
It feels like an artistic
awakens
choice for me.
an emotional response. But, like, blood all on my shirt. I'm like, what the fuck
If it
is
sounds
wrong
like how he's saying, like I'm not like that. But if it's like good,
No, it's blood all on my shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. and opening up the song, he's like, yeah, I'm in the studio, bro. No, I'm in the
But
studio.
that's how all SoundCloud rappers start.
So yeah, exactly. He's a SoundCloud rapper.
Oh,
so
this
he's
is not.
fucking-
I thought this is old.
No, this came out like in August or something.
Okay, so here's the thing: is that like okay, in the context of what you were telling me, I assumed he was from like the 80s, 90s. So therefore, we have a lot of a different dialogue going on for kids.
No, 80s, 90s rap is still at least passable, even the bad ones.
There's not a lot of merit here. It's like the society has failed you, and you should not feel the way that you do because there are so many influences everywhere telling you that you shouldn't feel this way because you shouldn't feel alone, you shouldn't feel whatever, but you just chose to murder everybody. Like not in this particular case, but I assume that later on he's like, I'm just so thug, I'm so gangster, and it's just
You're
like
the only one I'm dreaming of.
His like favorite thing is guns.
it's just not good, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I just think it's fascinating.
Sure.
Like it's just very.
Telling.
It's telling. Well, it's very telling. But
Title
it's
of
also
this episode.
it's. I've never heard such a raw description in like a song.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it sounds like a huge cry for help.
It's such a blatant disregard for the Fifth Amendment.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like that Key and Peele sketch where he talked about like murdering people and like, you'll never find me, and like, this is where the evidence is. And it's like, he's like, what? No, it's a song. He gets off and he's like, what's it's so good.
It's very good. This is about R. Kelly.
You're killing me with this, man.
What a fucking baby.
Yeah, dude, you were very
Use your
transparent.
common sense. I fucking love that.
The way he spoke in the interview was so manipulative. Just be like, do I look like I would do this?
That is stupid. Think of my past and the things I've done. Like, use your common sense.
Right, like that sort of
I've been-
rhetoric is just so horrible.
Also,
Well, I
like,
know.
doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, okay, I'm gonna do that right now, and you
R.
certainly
Kelly,
did it.
Please, Robert, please.
She was
Robert.
awesome. She was awesome.
Robert, please.
Yeah, she's trying to bring him down. And the title of this episode is R. Kelly has 17-year-olds on his mind.
Yeah, I just don't understand that either. Like,
Pissing on my mind.
that's the other thing
Pissing
too.
on-
Why?
My slaves.
Like,
Pissing
slaves.
on my piss all on their face.
Not even half rhymes, so it's like not even that bad.
No, I don't.
Yeah, like he had sex slaves.
Well, listen, his
Sex
mind
slaves.
told him no, but his body.
Which you respond with no, body. No, this is a flesh
His
prison.
body was telling him.
There's a line that you don't cross with what your body tells you, and you just don't cross it.
I look at antifreeze and my body tells me, drink that blue liquid. It's gonna taste like blue raspberry. And I say, no,
No, brain.
that will kill me.
Don't do that. That'll Val kill me.
That'll,
Here's,
I don't know what that means.
here's why you said this, and here's why you shouldn't.
Like Val. Val kill him.
So you decided to say this. Here's why you shouldn't.
That will kill me.
Okay, tell me why.
It's just a meme, dude.
Yeah, okay, well, thanks.
Oh,
Meme stops there.
what a topical
I hit it.
reference.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. I recently rewatched the Scooby-Doo movie.
Which one?
The live action?
live action?
No, actually,
Both of them or the first one?
I saw the first part of the second one, but all of the first one. I'm really shocked to say that they shoehorn in a Daphne Fred romance.
Yeah.
Which in hindsight, like, I think it really rests on the laurels that everyone understands that they're together. But the romantic plot is definitely between Velma and Fred.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like fine, but it's just like it's just odd that Daphne and him kissed at the end when they like all broke up. But
Oh,
that
yeah?
wasn't part of the breakup.
Mm-hmm.
So why did they reunite at the end? That was weird. I feel like I missed a scene.
It was Shaggy's omnipotence.
What a great acting job by that guy.
Oh my god. He recently got like did he like lose his job or something? Like he
Was he
I
working
saw
at the
he
bank?
tweeted something. No, like he still voice acts for
voice asses. Yeah.
I'm having
He
a stroke,
voices
dude.
asses. Ass McGee from
He voice
Adult Swim.
acts for Shaggy still in like animated stuff. But he recently
he?
he tweeted something recently. I'm gonna find it.
Find it because I think they replaced. I don't think that's
Because
true.
he was never. I don't remember him ever being a voice actor. I remember they wanted him for the live action, but like.
Or maybe like they're
voice.
rebooting the live action and they're not gonna use him, and he was like
I could see that.
he was
or
like,
something,
oh
yeah.
cool, I'm standing right here, but
'Cause he's
whatever.
Too old, but not like
He
eternally
still
youthful.
does look like Shaggy though.
Yeah.
Older Shaggy.
Yeah, they could do an older version.
I mean, the
What are you
only
doing?
problem
What are
is
you doing? Do you want me to look it up?
Well,
I don't
yeah.
want you to fuck up anything on
he
there.
doesn't have the eternally
He's
youthful
using the
Sarah
computer
Michelle
that we're
Gellar.
recording things on, so if shit goes bad, we'll blame Simon. Not that you could hear that, but
Listen.
for the record,
Just go to his Twitter.
Twitter, what's his name?
Yikes.
Oh, thanks, Shaggy actor. Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's
Lillard.
too old.
But hey, that's why I thought it was animated.
Oh, there's
because-
Nick Palatas or something. He was in a live action one, I believe.
He's probably in the Cartoon Network original movie.
Yeah.
They did it.
While he does this
2009.
though, that first Scooby-Doo movie I think is amazing.
Amazing.
The mystery
Amazing.
begins.
Iconic. There's a part where he walks in and the bartender goes, "Is there? I got a phone call
Yeah,
for a
that was
Mr. Dew," and then a guy stands up, is like, "Melvin Dew," and he's like, "No, Scooby," and Scooby takes it, and then later on he's like, "Scooby Doo, where are you?" And he's like, "Do you mean Melvin Dew?" And I
The
thought,
reincorporation is on the levels of Arrested Development.
but
Honestly.
it's so
No,
funny.
yeah, no. I think Cartoon Network did redo or something else like that because they did do their own live action version. That
Go to his
wasn't
find his Twitter.
Matthew Lillard.
Yeah,
Twitter.
He tweeted something.
Oh my God.
That was like, I'm right here, but okay, whatever, something like that.
He was so good in Scream.
Yeah.
Twitter peaks.
Yeah, he made that movie for me, and obviously he doesn't make it to the end, but it was worth it.
Badass.
I'm
How
really
long ago
excited
was
for
it? So you don't love Rio?
Game of Thrones. But okay.
Really? I heard.
What about
Well, wasn't the
Loki?
last season sort of like lackluster?
Yeah, it was weird.
There was a lot of walking around.
It's a lot of build up, is what it. Is
Has
what
winter
they
come
really
yet?
did
Are
with
we?
it.
Winter's here.
Yeah, winter's here. Winter's come.
Yeah.
Winter's here.
When did winter get here?
Right.
End of
now.
the last season, yeah.
That's a little bit of a long wait for winter, don't you think?
Well, imagine, you know how like fall's kind of just just kind of a clusterfuck. That's what the show is, and then we're at
Okay.
winter now.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to have this kind of build up for winter, because if you don't, you just really are like,
You're not prepared, and your tires go flat.
right. And honestly, I want to see him die. I want winter to win, but now I'm like, I don't know. They've been through a lot. They've been through winters of a different sort. And sort of-
And what happens to the dragons? You know?
One of them is
Well, I don't know if we should spoil that since that's
Whoa.
last season's thing,
Right.
but I think that's really cool, and I really hope the other side.
I think that it's
of it.
cool because it looks cool, but how they did it was so stupid and such like a like college level writing thing where they have that bear there's like they get attacked by a bear first.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I wonder why we introduced this kind of concept. Oh, is it because? And then by the time I'm like, is it because the dragon? Yep.
Yeah, no,
Yep.
I figured that's how they were going to do it. I mean, he's a fucking necromancer. Like,
Right.
basic
Well, we just didn't need the
D&D
bear. The
shit.
bear was there only to set it up for us to be like, woo. It's very similar to.
I guess I didn't see it that way because I had already the assumption that any dead would turn.
Oh, sure, but they just wanted to. And
They
you
probably,
should.
well, yeah, they probably did want to.
Right.
just-
Frame it for people.
Yeah.
And so, like, it just reminds me a lot
Would
of.
it have been better if it wasn't the bear and they just did the dragon?
Yeah. It would have been, otherwise, there's no point. They just need to add more filler.
Mhm.
And I want to bring this to something more topical and that we can use facts with and not just vaguely say what we're saying, which I think is already very clear. The Star Wars movie, the second new Star Wars movie.
Are you talking about his tweet where he does the fucking shoot?
No.
Matthew Lillard has a tweet where he's
He
doing the
quotes,
shoot in
he
a
quote
car
tweets
commercial.
something. Some kind of announcement.
He's
he quote
quote
tweets
tweeted
it.
a fucking bunch of shit. How long ago was it?
I don't know. Back when the Shaggy meme was big.
Why don't you just?
That's like months ago.
Why don't you do
This is what
Lillard?
research is for.
Why don't you do Lillard and then also do? I'm standing right here.
Do what?
I don't know if it was that exact though.
I bet it was. I think I saw the exact tweet.
Like Control F and search.
Oh,
like,
hang on.
standing
Discussing
right here.
film. Will Forte, Gina Rodriguez, Tracy Morgan, and Frank Welker have been cast in the upcoming Scooby-Doo film. Well, this sucks. What a crappy way to find out. Thanks, Hollywood. Hollywood, you never cease to amaze me.
That's probably what it was.
Will 14.
But fucking Will Forte.
But it's animated, right?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't they just use him?
Because you have Will Forte. You have Will Forte, and you're gonna.
Nobody's
bring in
ever gonna be
Matthew
better than him at it though.
I don't.
Will
Can-
Forte,
Will you
Yes.
a comedic genius,
look
With a
up?
tiny penis.
and what
That was like a
what-
thing.
Look up if he was ever a voice actor for Shaggy, because I don't know if he was.
Well, yeah, we can look at his IMDb. BBBDB.
But I'm sure he needs work.
I mean, isn't he kind of at the point where he should just be producing?
I think from scrolling through, he's on a lot of D&D Beyond shows or something else like that.
Interesting.
Has no illusions about where he stands in Hollywood. teaches us how to do the voice of Shaggy. He's about 50.
Can you go to his either IMD or the
There it is.
filmography part?
Yes.
Ooh,
I don't like that. Please stop.
sorry. I just.
Don't apologize for what you're not sorry.
You're right. It's like an
That
anxiety thing.
Oh yeah, it releases tension. Like marijuana.
Scooby-Doo and Batman, The Brave and the Bold. He was
I do believe
Norville
that.
Shaggy
Scooby-Doo,
Rogers.
Batman?
He was
I
in
didn't know Scooby-Doo
Be
was part of
Cool.
the
He was
DC
Be
universe.
Cool Scooby-Doo.
They meet on the very old episode. There's 2 Batman episodes.
Lego
Oh my God.
Scooby-Doo.
It's Scooby-Doo meets Batman and Robin. And there's the part where he's like, you have to cover their eyes. So
Is it
they-
because
Twin
they all owned by
Peaks.
Warner Brothers or something?
He's in Twin Peaks.
Oh, I believe that. No, I don't. Maybe it's related to Warner Brothers because they get a bunch of different like celebrities at the time to be in it, like Mama Cass, which I'm sure is very topical. Oh, what?
I'm just laughing at these episode titles for All Hail King Julian Exiled. He plays Ned, and there's Raiders of the Lord Shark, and then Bridge on the River Mort.
You know, you gotta have fun.
You gotta have fun.
You gotta always have fun.
So he was his voice in a few things. Looks like more recent, but he wasn't always.
okay.
Okay.
He's
I'm
in,
sure he
he's in
wasn't
like
always,
TV
but-
shorts and not a lot of the major
Yeah, filmography.
Scooby-Doo stuff, like the ongoing TV series. And
I mean, we
such.
can't always be in the Witch's Ghost.
I suppose.
Frank
But
and creepy.
There's
yes.
a quote from the Batman and Robin Scooby
Scooby-Doo
episode
WrestleMania mystery.
where Batman's like, "Let's go back to the Bat Cave for bat cookies and bat milk," and then it's just Shaggy goes, "Bat milk," and then it cuts to the next scene.
That's great writing.
It is
That's
great,
amazing.
and they just really put him in there. You know,
That's what I want to capture for the movie that I'm doing for class.
all right. You want to capture like good things.
And we're at the point now where we're writing pages, and man, I'm bad at dialogue. I don't know what people should say.
I'm bad at everything else. I think what's his name? Oscar Wilde. He really just did dialogue for a lot of his stuff, didn't he? Oh, especially since he wrote
Plays.
more plays. Yeah,
Yeah, that would help.
Yeah, and I feel like that's my strong suit. Just like trying to get people to talk to one another because I'll constantly go through 2 different parts talking to each other. Just because I think banter and dialogue is nice, but also the stuff in between is very important.
Nothing teaches me more about dialogue than reading bad dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really, when you hear it out loud of someone trying to write dialogue and really biffing it, do you learn how to write well? Because, I mean, I think you do grow, and it's good to like copy and cheat creativity, but if you don't check the bottom line, then you're just going to be shooting at something and hitting absolute clunkers.
No one's gonna know why you did that.
Maybe they
There's
will.
no cat. Oh, they
Joey.
might. Oh, here's a cat. Here's a cat. Beautiful boy.
Let's get you on the YouTube channel. Don't throw up on me, please.
He's thrown up 8 times.
Something like that.
Close.
This house is littered with paper
Hey,
towels.
yo.
Welcome to the Joseph Cat Show.
The Joe podcast. Joe Cast. Joe Cast.
Joey. That's probably not a Joey.
One of my favorite things in
Voice.
this house is whenever I call him Joseph, like, don't call my cat Joseph.
That's his full name.
No, it's
His full name is Joey.
just Mr. Joey.
Sometimes we call him Jobo.
Why would you do that?
Rhymes?
No, it doesn't.
Mm,
Not with Joey.
Oh, your fur is so greasy. You're very stressed and sick, probably related to the vomiting. Yeah,
amazing.
you're not in good condition.
And there's
He's also
the-
fat.
He's also laying
Too
down.
fat.
Which is amazing. There's the yawn, and we have it.
All right.
I bet he would have a low IQ related to other cats.
We've gone too long.
No, we haven't. No, we haven't. We can go longer, but
Weren't we
should-
talking about something?
we were talking about Shaggy, but it's all unimportant. Shaggy would want us to cut our losses right now. So
Yeah, man.
Right.
like
Like zoinks.
I'm
I'm like dummy thick. I'm the clap of my ass. Well,
like there's a ghost.
Have you seen that?
Roro, we're riding a week, but my ass is rummy Rick. Would he say? I don't know when the R's come in for.
It's
Ruby,
just
Ruby,
like
Ruby.
replaces the.
I don't know. He replaces the beginning of everything.
It's like the S sound.
And it's Roro. Reggie. Red. Does he go Red? Relma? Raffney? I think it is most
I think
things.
it. Yeah. Just the beginning.
Rolly Rick Rat Man!
Or like the beginning of every. No.
Every word it seems.
Just the beginning of every word.
Personally, I believe.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Right.
Catch us next month when we just explode.
You just do anything. Cut. Music. That's not. I was doing the actual one.
What is it? What is it?
Cut it before this. No one wants to see this part. We already said bye.
But we have to leave enough time for like the
Yeah, we
our
can
Twitter
right
handles.
now. Look at it.
I'm looking at it.